you want my fun fact?
Go on.
Right. So, out of the top 20 most attended events for WWE, um, most of them are WrestleManias, as you'd expect, but there's one that isn't taped. So it's the 13th most attended WWE show ever. It's called The Big Event, and it was held in Toronto, Canada in 1986.
Wow. How was the?
The attendance was 61,470
Jesus Christ.
for basically a house show. It was taped for a VHS, but it wasn't anything. It was basically a house show. And I'll run through the card because maybe in the late 80s it's interesting, but looking back at it now, it's not a very good card. Opening match of the Killer Bees versus Jimmy Jack Funk and Hoss Funk.
Okay. You know, Brian B. Blair is a local American governor now. Don't know why I know that. Okay.
Well, he won in the opening tag match. And then the Magnificent Muraco fought with King Tonga for a time limit draw for 20 minutes. That was the longest match on the card.
That doesn't sound too fun either.
No, I mean, then you got Junkyard Dog versus Adrian Andonis via count out. Dick Slater versus Iron Mike Sharp.
Didn't Dick Slater kill a man?
I don't know, did he?
Or was that somebody else?
I have no idea. There's nothing on his wiki about that.
Okay. Maybe I just dreamed it.
Bobby Heenan, King Kong Bundy, and Big John Studd beat the Machines.
On December 27th, 2003, it was reported that Dick Slater had stabbed his girlfriend with a butcher's knife.
Oh.
Sorry. Carry on.
That ruins my big event in Toronto, Canada. Yeah, the Machines, I looked it up. It's interesting. The Machines were all really famous wrestlers under masks. So you had Giant Machine, which was Andre the Giant. And then you had
Andre the Giant wrestled under a mask.
Yeah, as Giant Machine. And then you had the Hulk Machine, which was Hulk Hogan.
What?
And then you had there was another one. I've forgotten who it was. But there's a load of them. And anyway, it was Super Machine and Big Machine, which was Robert Wyndham and William Eadie.
William Eadie is Axe, I think, right? From Demolition.
Yeah, right.
I don't know Robert Wyndham.
And then you had Ricky Steamboat beat Jake Roberts in a snake pit match.
What's a snake pit match?
I don't know. You click on it, it doesn't come up with anything. So God knows what that was.
It's been erased by Wikipedia.
Yeah, I mean, nobody knows anymore. I mean, it says in the description. It doesn't. Then we had Billy Jack Hayes versus Hercules Hernandez.
I like Billy Jack Haynes, actually. I watched Starrcade, the WCW television show before Starrcade 1984, and he looked jacked. And he looked really cool.
Who he is.
Okay. But he was, from what I can gather from that show I watched, he looked and acted like Braun Strowman.
Okay.
So you probably would have liked him.
Then we got Harley Race defeating Pedro Morales. And then the main event is Hulk Hogan defeating Paul Orndorff for the WWF Heavyweight Championship.
It doesn't sound too fun to me.
But
it sounds like quite a long show.
The 13th highest attended show in WWE history.
I assume that maybe this was one of the first times WWE had gone to Toronto before, like after Hulk Hogan, maybe?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Top 10 most high attended shows of all time are all WrestleManias apart from one SummerSlam.
Which is 1992?
Yeah, SummerSlam in the UK, which has an attendance of 80,355.
What's the number one?
Number one was that big WrestleMania when they were in Texas and they were like, we want to get over 100,000 people.
Is that 25 or something?
No, 32.
Oh,
in the AT&T Stadium. 101,763 people.
I don't remember the main event of anything after 29.
So it was Triple H and Roman Reigns.
I remember that show because out of the four of us there, I was the only one awake to watch it.
Wasn't that the one where The Rock comes out and blows his own name up with a flamethrower?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everybody in the room fell asleep after, and I sat and watched Triple H versus Roman Reigns at 5:30 in the
I think
morning
that was the first one that was ridiculously long.
alone. It's probably that still feels to me like the longest show that in the world.
No, was it last WrestleMania? The WrestleMania before was like 8 hours long.
Maybe this year's might be the longest, given it's over 2 parts.
But wasn't it so much easier to watch being over 2 parts, don't you think?
I found the first part really easy to watch. I had a sort of WrestleMania hangover the second day, not from actual alcohol, just from, feeling like I had to go to WrestleMania again.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I still found it much easier to watch than one 8 hour long show.
Yeah,